Ich bin der Gustav.
Und ich bin der Stefan.
Und das ist unser Hut. Und das ist unser Hut. Aus dem Hut gezogen. Hey everyone, this is GFrom and this is another audio commentary. Like some of you know, I explain it one more time. I have a German channel and I'm very active on that channel, releasing up to 5 videos a week. And this is the show that is the most fun to produce. It's called Aus dem Hut gezogen, which means pulled out of the hat. And basically I have every game written down on a piece of paper that I own. And every week we pull one game out of the hat and we have to play it for up to, let's say 30 minutes max. And then we say how we like it, did we like it at all, should we recommend it, would we do a let's play of this game, yada yada yada. And this is the second episode, which, in the previous episode, Super Mario World, which I already made an audio commentary of, we pulled Enter the Matrix out of the hat on the end of that episode, and now we have to play it. And this is a game that I, before this episode, had played quite a bit when I was younger, when I was like 13, 14 maybe. I bought this in a GameStop or something, used for quite some money, I guess. It wasn't that cheap. But I had played the PC version back at a friend's house at some point, and I really liked the PC port, at least when it came out. So the PlayStation version, I never got really far in that game. I guess there are like 12 levels per character or something, and I was at level 7. There was some level where you had to place a bomb somewhere, and I just didn't figure out how to beat that level at all. You had to protect some guy named Ice, I believe, and it's really long ago, I remember. This is the second level, I believe. Before the episode I played the first level, so I just to get the hang of it, and so we didn't have to show the very beginning of the game. So this is a driving section, and my buddy Stefan is playing. We always do this show together. Sometimes we have some guests on the show. But this time it's only us two, and we played as you can play as two characters in this game. First you have an Asian dude named Ghost, and then a black chick called Naomi with big titties. No, not really, but guess which I took. Did I take the Asian guy or the big-breasted black woman? Yeah, you figured that out, right? So you're driving as Naomi, as the woman. Or Niobe, I don't know, I don't remember. But with the tap of a button you can get the Ghost out of the car, so you can shoot the police cars which are on your ass. And I don't really know if there are more driving sections in this game. I never got far enough to tell. But this is kind of cool actually. The graphics are really good in this game, and you can drive pretty much everywhere in the city if you want to. But you have the cops on your ass and a limited amount of health, so it's not the best idea ever, I guess. But if you compare the graphics to like GTA 3 at the time, these were just so much better. But that's probably one of the only things that I like about this game, the graphics. Here you have, you see right away where you have to go. You always have an arrow in this game, which in my opinion makes stuff way too easy. You never think about anything, you just follow the arrow. Yeah, sometimes it's different, but for the most part you get the idea. This level is incredibly boring. It takes way too long for stuff to happen, and I guess there's a timed door somewhere, which takes fucking forever. So we had like several attempts. Here it is. Not yet, but I think right here. Yeah, you can't progress here unless you, I don't know, wait 2 minutes or something. And by that you're probably dead most of the time. I don't remember if there's some difficulty settings in this game. I don't remember shit about this game. But the fact is that we got pretty tired of this section right here pretty quickly. But we tried and tried anyway, and at some point we actually made it. But Stefan didn't do it. Here's me setting the time ahead, and I just beat this driving stage. The first couple of times we waited for 2 minutes and nothing happened, but when I made it this time, we actually, the ports opened so we could drive through, and we get to see this cutscene. But not all cutscenes are like that. Like you will see soon, I believe, there are a lot of live action cutscenes filmed for this game. So this game isn't based on a movie. It plays somewhere in between, I think. And the cutscenes are great. If you like Matrix, you're really gonna dig these cutscenes and the story in general. But it's just that the gameplay is so weird and it's such a disappointment. Here, classic loading screen, blah blah. Is there some... I don't know if the cutscene is going to appear right now. Maybe it's later. But now we have our first on-foot mission here in this video. And right away Stefan has to get used to controls. And it's so weird, to say the least. It plays kind of like The Last of Us. When you push back, you walk backwards and you don't turn around. And look at the shadow. This is so fucking weird. This shadow doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, this is the PlayStation 2, it could do better. Even though it's quite an early PlayStation 2 game. It's from 2003, I guess. And the camera just is annoying as hell sometimes. And he died right away. Stefan is pretty good at dying. He can die like no one else in pretty much every game. There are different types of things you can do with these characters. You can walk on walls and do this bullet time, which they call it. Here you see it. Bullet time. It's pretty cool when you first play it. But you find out that it actually doesn't work that well. At least in my opinion. It looks more cool than it actually is. And he has to get up a ladder. And here we have the weirdest climbing animation I've ever seen. Look at this. It looks like a goddamn monkey climbing up a ladder. It's not pretty to look at. My main problem with this game is that it's just too dark. Every stage just looks the same to me. It's all black and green and gray and brown. I mean, it fits the atmosphere right, but it's not appealing to the eye in my opinion. And I'm not alone with this statement. I think a lot of people were disappointed with this game when it came out. It has got some good reviews and whatnot, but I don't... Today, 10 years later, no one talks about this game, ever. So it doesn't left an impact on pretty much anything. But this could have been a cutting-edge Matrix game that everyone wanted, but it isn't. Here your ghost friend tries to help you, but you just run off. And now we have a chase sequence, which is painful to look at. I mean, this game is quite painful to play, but if you're not playing yourself and just looking, I mean, look at this. I get a headache from this. And this climbing animation just looks like shit. You can't tell me anything else. It just sucks shit. Yeah, we're talking about the bullet time right here. Yeah, people don't see you when you do the bullet time. It's quite like in the movies. But like I said, I don't even remember if I used bullet time that often. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. He doesn't fight these enemies. Why doesn't he do that? Oh, now he's kicking them and punching them and performing melee attacks. And he picked up a weapon. So now we have our first gun. Which doesn't do much. I don't know. Let's see. I don't see what the fuck he's doing. It's so dark. And it's not because of my video quality. The game is that dark. It's so... Ah, man. Now I hope to see some ass kicking here. No, this is Agent Smith. You can't attack him. Because he's the goddamn motherfucking pimp of the universe. And it breaks down and you keep running and running and running. And I really hate the camera, I have to say. Turning around is so weird in this game. I hate it when the camera is just always right behind you and you can't... Yeah, in Tomb Raider, the first one, it's kind of different, but... No, it's kind of the same actually, but in this one it's just somewhat worse, I think. Because this is, after all, the PlayStation 2. So this should pretty much be the end of the level. It's quite short. A lot of levels are really short. You have very short mission objections. And now she grabs the phone and disappears. And now we have a transition to the actual live action video footage that was recorded just for this game. It's kind of neat. You have subtitles and whatnot, because these are all English, and we played this game on German. And thank God they didn't translate this with voiceovers, because I always hate that. And we skipped ahead because we want to show the game and not just a bunch of cutscenes, because you can watch all of those on the internet. In theory, you can also watch a gameplay, but you can watch us play the game anywhere else. So that's pretty cool, right? Right? So we skip the next cutscene, save, yada 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 yada. It all takes forever. There's so many loading screens in this game. And now we're at the airport, and I believe, depending on the character you play, you do something else every time. I think he has some kind of sniper mission, and she is just going all out. Don't really remember. And he's just shooting innocent people. What a bad, horrible person he is. So here we're jumping down and the arrow points to the other direction, but he never fucking pays attention to the arrows. I have to tell him every time, follow the arrow, follow the arrow. And now we have some really kind of cool melee attacks. It definitely looks better than the climbing. And that was the level. Next save point. And it took like 40 seconds. We can't believe it ourselves. So we skipped ahead because we played a little further than this, but we got stuck very soon, and we had also had some technical difficulties on this episode. The video footage just disappeared after a while, so you could only hear our voices, which really sucked. But I had really huge problems with my laptop at the time, so that happened all the time. I had to just throw away so many episodes we did because the footage just stopped after a few minutes. And even a whole let's play I had to, yeah, it was for nothing because the last boss was missing, and I really hated it. But now I have a new laptop and that one works pretty good. So here we say how we liked the game. He liked it better than I did. He thought it was kind of neat to have all these cutscenes, and he thought the game mechanics were pretty cool, with the exception of the climbing. And yeah, but I'm not a fan of this game at all. I will probably never play this ever again, and for good reason, because the controls suck in my opinion. They really suck hard, and the gameplay is just so repetitive. You do almost do the same thing over and over again, just shooting guys, jumping a little bit, and with these awkward controls, it really sucks the fun out of this game, in my opinion. So there's no recommendation from me. He gives just a half recommendation. And we would never, ever, ever do a let's play of this game, because it would just take too long. I think you would have to get everything right with the controls and stuff, and it would also be a blind let's play, because, like I said, I haven't got very far, and even that it's like 10 years ago. So we're pretty much. I'm pretty glad that we pulled this game out of the hat, because I really didn't remember how bad this game was, but now I do, and now I know every time I see this game on my shelf, I will remember this episode and say, fuck it, I won't play this game again. Unless it's for some kind of video sometime in the future, but I don't think that will ever happen. So now it's my turn to pull another game out of the hat. At this point there were like 340 games in the hat, or a little bit more, I don't remember. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the game I pulled out of the hat. It's Castlevania The New Generation for the Mega Drive. And if you want to know more about that game, I made a short review of that game 2 years ago. Keep it short, Castlevania The New Generation. Check it out if you want. So that was the audio commentary for this video.